But yeah. All's well that ends well. This PlayStation said that this stream was like 83-85% done. So far it's I had a couple moments to think about the story so far, and yeah, really I'm not really a smart guy, so when it comes to here. I'm drinking some apple juice because I'm happy in life. He's gonna be fine. This story doesn't. 14 doesn't have the balls to kill off a good character. No, not a character they spent more than 2 quests talking about. No.
Fordola, have you?
She was the one who dragged him back.
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
No.
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
It's gonna be okay, my friend. You're gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Thank you for bringing him back. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
Yeah. Good point, yeah. All life is precious, no matter how many, yeah.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
That was not a humph. That was a huff.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
No, like a turd in the wind. No? Come on! Before you go, just say it! Turd! No,
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Oh, that's a good one. That's saying. Oh, I felt that, man. I felt that. That was a good one. Yes. Yes. Thank you for speaking on my behalf, even though you're emotionally invested right now. Just saying. This was foreshadowed at like the end of Shadowbringers, where they were like,
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
when he was like, we've yet to show and possess. We'll get our chance to mature as a character. Now it's Alphinaud's turn.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold.
See, that's my thing with Al. It's not Alphinaud's a good character, and he's turned into a decent fellow. My issue is not his character, though some argument could be made to how he reacts in certain things as a character, and how I think it's like sometimes overplayed. But that's not my issue. The issue is that he likes, like, I'm kind of with Alice. He loves the sound of his own voice. He will interject in a conversation, say the most obvious thing, and personally I get upset when it's like he says it and then it goes around and it's just like literally everyone has summed this up in their own words. Why? It's like he's the public speaker of everyone's thoughts, and it keeps going on, and it's weird, and that's why I don't like him. His character's fine. He's a good dude. He's not a shitty one. I won't even say he's a shittily wrote character. I'm just saying it gets annoying when he just goes on and monologues about the goodness of being a hero. It's like, yes, it's all good, but everyone here gets it, man. Everyone here gets it.
It was at the Alliance's behest.
That's why I don't
he
like him at
risked
times.
all,
That's why I skip his shit.
And we agreed
it's
to
like,
hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word.
I sure hope so.
Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission.
Let's go.
Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
We might have to go around and fight each and every single tower to bring it down. I'm game for that. I'm game. I'm so game.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
Yeah. Ugh.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities.
They're networked. They're networked. Oh, it made it worse.
For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
Tell me where they are. Don't give me some bullshit like I need to rest.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, We would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now.
Fucking shit. This is what I'm talking about. Like, no, man. I want to get... no!
After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of
See,
Bahamut.
look. You need to
On
rest.
which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion.
Yeah.
It's our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, this was only made
Kumbaya,
possible by the acts of heroism performed at
Yeah, I
Hagelfire.
get it. Yes, I get it.
Moreover, we shall not allow...
Yeah, yes, I'm all for it, and I cannot wait.
May these words ever...
Yes.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the
new
Syndicate on the
allies
matter of our
integration.
new allies integration.
Yeah. You're gonna talk with the Syndicate. New allies. Just jump off the chair. Yeah, it's the end of the freaking story. Unfortunately. The story's a two-parter. So it's setting up the next expansion, but this is at I don't know. I feel like Yoshi P was talking about how, like, showing the trailer could be, like, they needed to be extremely spoiler sensitive when it came to this game. And so it adds a few minor screens to this guy's window to the city. His excuse. It's his excuse to watch over you. He needs to watch over Alpha now. Make sure he doesn't wimp out. I know. It's just an excuse. The patch quest called Until Dawn, or Death Unto Dawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 5 seconds. Probably the end of the fucking story. Which sucks, man, but it's all. I mean, it's all good at the end of the day. It just sucks. It's a half party, so it's not as yeah.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be... Thanks to Arenvold's function of the towers, summonings, and what lurks behind this in Garlemald.
When you have multiple primal summoning, that it's something to fuck with the Aether. And if this bring out the thing about this is that we don't know what the final days were. If we can figure out the correlation between summonings in general and how they affect the Aether, and the final days and how they affect the Aether, then we could probably figure out. But we know not what caused the final days, not even remotely. It wasn't like a it sounds a lot like, to me personally, like a self-defense mechanism activated by the planet itself. But that it was random and sporadic, so it's obviously that's not a theory that holds true. But you know, then again, any theory about the final days can probably seem not as plausible because there's not much said about it. So if we can ever get like even a glimpse into what the final days actually were, we'd be able to figure out the function of those towers.
Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation,
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that.
You would be surprised just how bad bureaucracy fucks everything over. You know? To the point that the entire country forbids anyone from helping out the outside world because it's about image. It's less about what it means and the danger they present, it's just the image they uphold for themselves and from everyone else. I suspect that it's bureaucracy why they cannot just openly help out willy-nilly. To be known as this exalted, smart place, and they can't be, you know, they can't have that image be tarnished.
I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter.
Just spitballing.
Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I mean, you could try.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Fuck, that was a while ago. When she sent Minfilia to the first, I think. She was speaking to everyone in the Crystarium.
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the Echo in her Chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
That's a good point.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
Did she go dark?
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reem.
Yeah.
But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct,
I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance
Make sure you're still
altogether.
right past. Yeah. Yeah.
Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we
we'll find out
simply
in part
don't
2.
know.
Yeah.
But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular.
Oh, come on, man. Get your head out of the
Resolved though I am
clouds.
to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part. And so I must ask you again. Will you join us?
Say no. Please, say no. Say no. You don't want to be part of my shit. Oh, God. Come on.
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian.
Oh, quit up. Come on.
Whatever challenges await us.
Quit whining, man. Now he's back to normal. Sweet Jesus. Yeah. That needed to happen. To get, you know...
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the north.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try...
I shall do my very...
She is going to die. That'll be fucked up if she ends up dying, though. Not gonna lie. Uh-oh. Huh. Yeah-oh. Yep, story's over. Oh, he's getting himself a new weapon. Look at that, you see like a slimmer version of Titus' weapon. All these weapons are nothing for him. Samurai weapon, let's go. Excuse me. Whew. Oh, the urchin bird.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
He's gonna break it.
Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
Whoa.
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
Zodiac.
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth. A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon. There is one that I have been meaning to test.
New job announced. Let's go.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
It's a scythe, man. That's a scythe. It's a Reaper. Like, that's the Reaper class. One, it's a blade, obviously. Or it has something that has a blade. Considering the Shing, it's a scythe. Come on, guys. They'll reveal the next class after the patch. And then Xenos will be that, so, yeah. Woo! Yep, women does that. No more story. No more fun. Well, that's going to do it for the stream. Thank anybody who came around and watched it during and also after. If you guys want to see more, then, you know, just say something in the chat or say something in the comment box, and, you know, I'll do my best to supply if I think it's a great thing or a great option. Until then, stay awesome, stay happy, and be sure to keep on laughing. I'll see you later. Yep. God, that does